This Jets ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, they come into this one off a bit of a clunker last time out, a loss that ended their 5-game winning streak. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. Now they'll be led out by Big Ben, their veteran quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. The numbers for him from a week ago, 18 carries, 61 yards.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
False start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Sony Michel, his first carry. Oh, now he bowls him over. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Kizer to throw it this time. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. This is caught inside the 15. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
On 2nd down, Michel. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Sony Michel with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Flex round!
Following the interception, Kizer looking deep for Adams. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board.
Flex round!
Play fake. Kizer. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the... It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for New England. 42 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Sony Michel with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Gostkowski the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And a nice play on the end of it, an 18-yard touchdown run. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. Fighting through. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. Interesting stat line right now. Technically, he's completed 4 passes, 2 to his team and then 2 to the wrong team.
It makes you wonder what he's seeing downfield because he has completed 2 passes to his own team, but the interceptions are troubling. Is he going through the wrong reads, the wrong progressions? Is he getting fooled by defenses? They've got to figure that out over on the sidelines, working on that Surface Pro to see what they see. Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception, and he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Dayon Buchanan in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, that's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself, at this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On the handoff, it's Michel. Whoosh, 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. And he's able to put it through. He's on pace now for 12 rushing touchdowns, and I think he's making fantasy owners smile.
I think you've got to change something on defense, don't you? I mean, we often talk about using a spy on a quarterback who has the ability to run and maneuver outside of the pocket. Maybe they need to change that to spying him, because this many touchdowns this early, that is demoralizing for a defense. One guy breaking them down.
And New York set to take the field. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. So officially now a 1,000-yard campaign for him, but I don't think he's going to take his foot off the gas pedal.
Yeah, it's one of those thoughts, though, that creeps into your mind because there is a little mini celebration over on the sidelines. Everybody, hey, job well done, over 1,000 already. But guaranteed, as you noted, someone's jumped in that huddle and said, a lot more to be done, guys. Let's not, would you say, take your foot off the pedal? Let's not do that right now. But there is that possibility as people can get self-satisfied. The greats do not. We'll find out what he's made of.
They go play action. Kaiser looking deep for Adams. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Patriots continue to roll. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself.
With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out.
Blue 30. Black, what's that? Check Mike 39. To
throw here, Roethlisberger. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, It's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is, because more and more tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphries. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny, when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state.
And now out come the Patriots. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. On play action, Kaiser. Now he's going to throw deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. It's a big play there for the Patriots. 56 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. A give. This is Michel. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
Now this time he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Malone. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to spring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Kaiser now. A bullet throw, but incomplete. When they need to play on 3rd down, you kind of know what direction the ball's going, but the defense knew it too.
Yeah, it's a good call because they wanted to put 2 men on him, and they did. Dare him to throw into double coverage. Really what you're saying is, let's see if one of your other receivers can beat us.
Here we go with Michel. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Sony Michel on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Patriots are pouring it on. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now look at Quincy Enunwa and the rest of the offense heading back out. With them losing here in the 2nd quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts, one of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. And they'll run it here. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He finds Humphries. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Set! 180!
Now Ben on 3rd and long. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Patriots take over. So the Patriots coming out now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you?
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for New England. 65 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Eluding the pressure right. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
Kaiser. And this one's incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Flex round! Flex round!
Kaiser, 3rd and goal. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They're running it. It's Michel. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Patriots continue to roll. Showing some grits and some guts going for it there. 4th and goal, pounding it in.
And being rewarded for that confidence in the team, huh? The coach saying, let's go ahead and get this. And how about the guys up front firing out, finding a little bit of a crack for them to get through? Touchdown. I love it.
Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. He finds an opening past the 40. Breaks through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Peyton Barber, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are at least able to knock the deficit down a bit. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. Here's Myers now to kick it away. This is taken near the 13. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half, a second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand.
And this is caught. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for the Patriots. 47 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right?
And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Sony Michel with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Patriots are pouring it on. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much.
Set! Black 80! Black, what's that?
On second down, Peterson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a fifth, barring a conversion here on third down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 36. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Patriots continue to roll. Gostkowski for the point after. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And the route is on here in this first half. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, long touchdown pass into the end zone. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Derek Rivers in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Danny Shelton in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. That's taken on the 25. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
He's going to fire one deep. This is caught inside the 15. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. Play action now. Kaiser. Dancing to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third. The field goal unit on the sideline. They're going to go with 1 second left. They'll try to run it in. Michel. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Sony Michel as time expires in the first half. And the Patriots are pouring it on.
Well, my education continues in this game, I've got to tell you, because there's not an analyst.
We now proceed to the start of the second half. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. This is taken near the 13. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm.
And that's caught at the 25. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A big play there with touchdown number 3 here in this game and 17 now on the year. And the Patriots continue to roll.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Dayon Buchanan in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Off the play fake, Kaiser. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. In for the score. And the Patriots are Bring it on. The point after try for Gostkowski. And now it's blocked. This is going the other way. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now? Much more of a field goal attempt. And the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New England defense gearing up to take the field. They did their job last go-around, forced the punt, hoping for more of that here.
They got off the field. That's exactly what they wanted to accomplish. Get off the field, turn the ball over to their offense, and kick back and enjoy a little bit of and rest before they have to go back out there again.
Back out there now and hoping to hurry up and get more water and rest. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. It's caught. Humphries. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. Muscles him off. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Jonathan Jones that time, the one who got a hand in, knocked it away.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. 2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got this way down inside of New England's 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. When I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Peyton Barber, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Jets are able to get a score back. Now, he's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. This will be taken about the 12. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. On play action, they'll throw. Looking deep for Adams. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A big play there. 73 yards. And the Patriots continue to roll. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there's going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Looking deep for Adams. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On 3rd down, Michel. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a Patriot 1st down on a pickup of 16.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. Space to run past the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Keith Marshall, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots are pouring it on.
When you know you've got a home run hitter on your side of the ball, and you know that he can score from anywhere on the field, it usually inspires the rest of the guys to do their jobs even better. That resulted in a lot of great blocks downfield because they knew if they gave him space, he could do exactly what he did, put the ball in the end zone.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
Like 30.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
One-handed. Love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a 1st down.
And he'll be the one in the film session. He'll be saying, hey, run that one back, coach.
Yeah.
Run that one back.
One more time.
Let's see that again.
2 more time.
And they won't.
8 more times.
They won't. Didn't get much out of it.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been terrific so far. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fielded just inside the 30. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Josh Gordon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots continue to roll. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Under review.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Gostkowski with the extra point. And that will extend this big lead. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You probably got some help even from the wide receivers.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different?
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. As his guys are in for 6. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him. Record, but he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up.
And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And that's caught inside the 30. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play there for New England. 61 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Keith Marshall with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point try for Gostkowski. Gostkowski the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Herndon's got it complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion. But he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On third down, Roethlisberger. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Gostkowski for the point after. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And that will extend this big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. New York set to take the field. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, you know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Back to the air, Roethlisberger after the pick six. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. He tried to get something going there with a little toss behind the line of scrimmage. Unsuccessful.
How about the athleticism of the coverage, though? Being able to dance with him coming out of the backfield. That's not easily done. But not only did he dance, took it, wheeled, and went the other way. Ended up with 6 points for his team.
The point after try for Gostkowski. Gostkowski with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. Able to power through. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And the Jets set to take the field. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory. Right back out there doing the things that he does best and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Jonathan Jones that time, the one who got a hand in, knocked it away. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
He gets it to Humphreys. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance.
He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 37. It's a big play there for the Patriots. 43 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Philip Dorsett, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots are pouring it on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This
but
one of our guys.
She's singing too.
Oh, she's at least,
she's on like the 5th tune at this point.
she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Blue 30.
On second down, Roethlisberger. Pass incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Josh Gordon as he heads back out there now. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
They begin with Michel on the ground. And some room to work. Accelerating, and off he goes. A big-time run there by Sony Michel. 57 yards on the ground. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll run with Marshall. That one good for 13 and a New England first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Kaiser to throw it this time. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the gun, Kaiser. And his throw is incomplete. Kayvon Webster on the defensive side able to get a hand in.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Kaiser to throw it. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll run for it with Marshall. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Keith Marshall taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Patriots continue to roll. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They start the drive with Peterson. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Set! 180!
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A very solid gain of 27.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Wide open receiver complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Ben to throw again. And it's caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Set! Blue 30!
He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Myers able to knock it through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And this is secured by the Patriots. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. John Simon in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They go play action. Kaiser. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. This is caught inside the 15. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
Trying to pound it in here with Michel. Avoids him at the 5. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, partner, are you kidding me? With this game that he's having, we are in uncharted waters like we've never seen before.
Just think, if he keeps every football from all the touchdowns scored today, does he need to build a new trophy room at home?
Yeah. A couple trophy rooms. Maybe a whole home for trophy room.
What a phenomenal performance, and I'll guarantee you he's going to reward the rest of the offensive unit after this as well for helping him get to this number.
He better. This is just unreal. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now out come the Jets. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Patriots, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they will try to turn it around next week as they head down to Carson for a matchup with the LA Chargers.